Hello, buddy. This is RJ here, and welcome to RJ Talks. But not just RJ Talks. Welcome to my top 26 Marvel characters that I want to see in the MCU. Yes, this is part 3. This is the last part. I got 10 characters left to talk about. And I mean, you kind of already know one of them from this cover, but that is not the first one I'm going to talk about. My number 10. We have 10 left to do. My number 10 is Dr. Octopus. Yes, we have seen Dr. Octopus in the Spider-Man movie before, but I would love to see him again in the Spider-Man movie, or just in general. He was in Spider-Man 2, my favorite Spider-Man movie, by the way, just so you know. Although not my favorite MJ look. I mean, she was blonde. I like the red hair. Spider-Man 1, MJ. No, Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, it's kind of hard to decide which one's better, but in terms of fill-in, just because of fill-in, I think Spider-Man 2 is my favorite. Although the story of Spider-Man 1 kind of was a bit better at some points, at least at the beginning. Like, the origin was great, and, like, the relationship aspect was great. But I'm not here to talk about that. But yes, Dr. Octopus from my favorite Spider-Man movie. What can I say? He should be in another one. And we could even see the Superior Spider-Man show up at some point. I doubt they'll do that, but it could happen. And it would be awesome. And anyway, I'm going to move on to my number 9, which is the person you see in front of you, Mary Jane Watson. And right now in the comics, she's becoming the Iron Spider. We could see her like that, but first off, I want to see Mary Jane Watson. If she's going to turn into Iron Spider, she should probably transition. She should come in. I think, personally, she should kind of come in, her and Gwen Stacy, in Spider-Man Homecoming. Just both be there. We've never seen them both in the same movie besides Spider-Man 3, everybody's favorite Spider-Man movie. It's actually not my least favorite Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 1, I talked about this in the last video, but yeah, I want to see Mary Jane. I want to see her ASAP, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move on to my number 8, which is She-Hulk. This is a character on a lot of people's top 10s for who should be in the MCU. And it's on mine too, because She-Hulk, why is she not in the MCU? She should have been in, she could have been in at any point. She could have been in when it began with the Hulk movies. Like, literally. I would like to see her. She could introduce, if a Hulk movie happens, she could get introduced in the Avengers. In an Avengers movie, really, she could be introduced at any time, kind of, and it would be great. Like, she could have been introduced to Captain America: Civil War, and it would have been awesome. But yeah, I would love to see She-Hulk, and I actually just read her first issue from Marvel Now on the Marvel Comics app, and it was awesome. So I am probably gonna try to pick that up at some point, and try to pick up a She-Hulk series in general. Probably her Marvel Now one, because it was great, the first issue. And I think we should see She-Hulk. Probably she should have her own movie, too, at some point. I just want to see her in the MCU in general. But anyway, moving on to my second last Inhuman, actually, on this list. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, to my knowledge, at least. Because for some reason, knowing me, I'll get, like, one of these characters wrong, and one of them will be in Inhuman. Actually, no. No, this is second last Inhuman on my list. And that is Medusa, who is probably the most obvious. She's one of the most obvious choices for an Inhuman to be in the MCU, and probably the top choice. Well, she is the top choice. Medusa, the Inhumans scheduled movie got pushed back, and I'm pretty sure it was kind of confirmed that her and Black Bolt were definitely going to be in it, or I think it was kind of confirmed. I don't know, but either way, I think her and she would be in it, and I'd like to see her and Black Bolt's relationship be played with. The reason Medusa's so high is because I think she has a kind of interesting look. I mean, the name, you'd recognize the name. It's cool. And I have read a couple issues with her in it, and she does seem like a pretty cool character. From A-Force, FF, I read an issue of that. I like Medusa, and I think she should be in the MCU. And moving on to my number 6 pick, we have White Tiger, who has actually been rumored to be in Spider-Man Homecoming, because she's rumored to be, Zendaya is rumored to be playing White Tiger. So really, this pick might not count, but for now it does, because we're not sure. I would like to see White Tiger. And why she's on this list, really, and why she's so high, too, is because she might be in Spider-Man Homecoming. And I would like to see that. And also, I watch Ultimate Spider-Man, the cartoon, although I'm not caught up on it. And she's brilliant in it. Oh, I just realized I'm holding my camera straight up, my phone straight up, and not in portrait. God damn it. I messed up. Whatever. Back to my old ways. But yeah, I would like to see White Tiger. She could even have her own movie at some point. She could be on a new Avengers team, a young Avengers team. I don't know. But I think it'd be great. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, moving on to my number 5. And we have our first British hero, Captain Britain. Yes, Captain Britain. Why the hell not? This would be great. Captain America has 3 movies now. Captain Britain, he should have his own movie. But he could be introduced in Avengers. I don't know, be introduced in really any movie, and it would be probably pretty cool. I don't know much about Captain Britain, believe it or not. I think his name is Billy Braddock. I really don't know much about this character, but I do like him. Like his look, and what I know about him, I like. And I know a lot of people like. I actually don't see this guy on. I would think you would. I'm really struggling today with stuttering. I would think you would see this guy more on people's top 10 lists, but you don't. He's not on many, at least that I've seen. I don't think I've actually seen him on top 10. But yeah, I think he should be first British hero. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we have foreign heroes, but I don't think we've had a British one, so we really should. And yeah, I'm gonna move on to my number 4 now, which is Red Hawk. What the hell? Where's Red Hawk? Technically, Red Hawk is in the MCU already, because General Ross. He was in Civil War, and plus the Hawk movies are canon now, so he's been in the Hawk movies and Civil War, but we've never, I don't remember the Hawk movies that much, because I didn't really fully watch them. I've watched them before, but not really fully, and if I did watch them fully, it was when I was a little kid. They're boring as fuck, and they're not that great, as the general populace knows. Those Hawk movies kind of suck. They're shit, so that's why they need to make another one with, with the awesome casting that they have for Hawk, and I forgot his name for some reason. Damn it. Because this is the best casting they've had for Hawk. But yeah, Red Hawk, we need to see him Hawk out and turn into the Red Hawk. Cause to my knowledge, he hasn't yet at all. And well, I know he has in Civil War, but the Hawk movies, I forget. I'm pretty sure he hasn't. We need to see Red Hawk become the actual being he can become, and it would be great. And another Hawk movie should be made, and that's who should be in it. Or he could just show up in Avengers or something. I don't know. Well, I don't really care. I just want to see Red Hawk at this stage. Like, that's more disappointing than She-Hulk not being in his Red Hawk, 'cause that's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to move on to my number 3. We're really getting low here, and finally she's here. Spider-Woman Jessica Drew. Yes. This is one you see all the time on top 10s. Like, I don't think I've never had a top 10 where she hasn't been on. Yes, this actually really probably could be number 1, but I thought of, I don't know, and I almost made this my number 1, but I didn't. Yes, Spider-Woman is there. One of the best female superheroes in my opinion. She is awesome. One of the 3 that I actually had the ongoings for, that I'm reading right now on my pull list, which is Black Widow, Mockingbird, and Spider-Woman. And Mockingbird's supposed to be ending because it's supposed to be a 5-issue miniseries, so we'll see. I might go down to 2, which means I might try to pick up another female superhero, because I don't want that number to go down, and I want to read more female superheroes, but Spider-Woman is definitely one of the better ones. And it's a shame she hasn't been in the MCU yet, but I can understand why. I would introduce Spider-Man first, but maybe introduce Jessica Drew in Spider-Man Homecoming, or she could show up in Avengers. I think we should at least have a cameo of Jessica Drew in Spider-Man Homecoming, though, and then maybe in the second one she can be properly introduced. She should get her own movie, or maybe she has like a Spider-Man. She's like Spider-Man in Civil War. She's in the movie for longer than people would think she is in Spider-Man Homecoming, and then she gets her own movie or something like that. But she should be in like a Spider-Man cameo, which means like Spider-Man's in for like half the movie. But no. Yeah, oh god, which means she would be in. Yeah, just a shame that she hasn't been in the MCU yet, and she really should be. And Marvel, do it already. And moving on to my number 2, and you can see already who it is. It is Miss Marvel, the last Inhuman on this list, because yes, if you don't know, I feel like people kind of look this over quite a bit, but yeah, Miss Marvel is an Inhuman, and really, Miss Marvel really should get her own movie, and that's kind of maybe the best route for her to be introduced, besides maybe a future Avengers movie, because Captain Marvel is getting introduced, and Miss Marvel should definitely, and will definitely be, if she ever gets introduced in the MCU, after Captain Marvel, which does make sense and should be how it is, especially if maybe they want to do a little Miss Marvel story before she fully becomes Captain Marvel with Captain Marvel movie, because I kind of think that'd be cool for her to start off as Miss Marvel a bit, and that way if Miss Marvel's ever introduced, that she can be her Carol Danvers can be her idol like in the comic. But yeah, this is great. This is the only issue of Miss Marvel I have, and it's second print. But yeah, brilliant. Miss Marvel should be in the MCU. She could be even introduced in the Inhumans movie. She could, or have a cameo in the Inhumans movie, and maybe that's where she's introduced. Because maybe we get to see her hatch from the egg or something. That would be cool. And maybe not be a proper Inhuman, because I don't really think she hangs with the Inhumans much, or really. I mean, I think she did hang with one of the Inhumans, like that dog, but besides that, I don't really think she's not on an Inhuman team. She's never been, but I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna move on to my number one, which I don't think is that surprising. I actually don't. This guy's not on as many lists as you'd think he would be. But my number one for the MCU to be introduced into the MCU is Miles Morales Spider-Man. I don't know. You can do it. You can friggin' do you could do different dimensions. You could do like Ultimate Spider-Man movie, which I would like to see Ultimate Spider-Man, like that be a movie line, and Miles Morales get his own movie. But I think he could be introduced to Spider-Man, and it could just be part of the normal MCU. I don't think they need to do any dimensional stuff. I think they can get away with even. I mean, all the Spider characters on this list. We have Mary Jane, who's technically right now Iron Spider. We have Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, and Miles Morales. That would be 5, including Spider-Man, Spider characters. I think they could get away with it, though, and I would even like to see a Web Warriors movie at one point, which is what I meant to talk about when I was talking about Spider-Gwen before. She could be in a Web Warriors movie. And Spider-Verse. I think Spider-Verse should be a movie, and maybe in Spider-Verse, I don't know, or we could have a Secret Wars movie, and that could do a very thing, and that way these characters are brought to life. But yeah, anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and even share if you like to. This has been all. If you haven't checked out my Twitter, I need to say this more, but I usually don't have time to, because my videos like get to 20 seconds left or so. If you haven't checked out my Twitter, RJ Epic Gaming at RJ1, check that out, and add notifications with me, so when I upload a video, I usually try to link it, and oh, I forgot to do that with the last two, so you guys will hopefully know when I upload a video, even if I do it late. At least you guys will know there's a video. So yeah, anyway guys, like I said, if you enjoyed the video, do all that. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. I don't know what that'll be, and peace. And if for some reason you haven't seen the last two of these, go watch them. I do talk about some pretty cool characters. I already gave you one. I didn't talk about her in this video, but Spider-Gwen I talk about. And that's from the second video. Second part, I'll give you one from the first part. I talked about Black Cat and Nova. I gave you 2 for first one. I'll give you another one for part 2 to equal it out. I talk about Squirrel Girl. But yeah, anyway guys, I'll see y'all later and peace out. I suck at doing the outro and sticking to it. Whatever. Bye.